All right, guys. I promised another review of the Hyper Tough Sawzall handheld style. So let's get it going. You can see my props here. We're going to compare it. We're going to do some cuts. I wanted to start with, I went to church today and we talked about you can't take any of this. Can't take anything with us. All we can take is what's in here. And I had been planning on doing this video for this little guy here for a couple weeks. And, you know, it's next on the list. And I kind of lost a little bit of motivation for it, thinking how small and trivial a thing it is. And how, you know, these materialistic things and whatnot. But then I got to thinking about it. And these tools are important because they help us be men. They help us be useful. They help us provide for our families. They help us learn how to stay busy. They help us learn how to be productive. My grandfathers and my father taught me everything I know on how to build and how to make things. And these things they create better lives for our families. They truly do. They teach us and they help us learn. And that's what we take with us, is the knowledge we gain from it. And I do these videos in the beginning was for my posterity, for my kids, just kind of have a video log of their dad and me doing stuff. And now I hope that they just, you know, if they reach people, I hope that it just shows them how to be able to work on and be more productive for their families. You know, I'm not saying I'm just, this helps us. If you can fix that porch for your wife, or you can fix your car on your own instead of sending it to somebody else to do it. And I think that's important. And I think that ties into how, you know, the materialistically these things aren't important, but they are important to being men. And I think that's something the world needs right now. We need to pass on to our children the things that our grandfathers passed on to us. And I hope that makes sense in my ramblings. I'm not trying to be on a soapbox or anything. I'm just saying why this stuff's important to me. And I wanted to show you a few cool things. I didn't inherit this. The property I bought and we built our home on belonged to another gentleman before, and he was a mechanic for Hill Air Force Base out here in Utah, and you know, he's a mechanic his whole life. And when I got the place, it had a garage and there were several drawers just full of random stuff, and I never really thought of anything at the time. If there was anything useful in those drawers, I've kind of morphed it into what I do and my stuff. And I think it's cool. This was something I noticed that I have in my tools the other day, and I would have never bought this. And what this is a snap-on multi-bit screwdriver. Made in the USA, the old school good stuff. And this must have been his. And I just think it's super cool. I saw these as a kid and I bought them, and I probably bought one at Walmart and the cap broke, and I just thought, crap. But I noticed this one was Snap-on, and now I understand, and now I can see what quality, you know, the quality products and the pride that went into these USA made. And this stuff, he was a military guy, you know, this probably came from his military experience. It probably came, you know, maybe it was on an aircraft carrier, maybe it was on a ship. But I know it worked on airplanes because that's what he did for the Air Force. I thought that was cool. I also found that I had a 1/4-inch snap-on ratchet. I have several snap-on sockets, and that would have all came from those drawers of stuff, that old stuff from him. And that now I think that stuff's cool. I think the Made in America thing, it's real, and I think it's something we need to get back to. And I've found that in my, you know, I have several Made in the USA Estwig hammers, and even these little, my little punch set here. I've just got a crappy modern Stanley Fat Max. I guarantee these are made in China. But I have some punches here. I don't know if you guys can see that in the light, but look at that USA on there. Hargrave, 1/4 inch. Guarantee you that's old. Don't know how old, but that probably came from his stuff. This one, it says Baltimore, 1/4 inch, but it too has USA stamped in it. USA made. Here's another one. This is an old Craftsman. Has a USA stamped in it. It's just cool. I'm gonna always reach for this USA stuff, the old stuff, the old cool stuff before the new stuff. I've got old files that were here that are from a long time back. This vise, made in the USA, old, been around a while. This is one of, I forget what is it, what brand was it? It's a Columbus vise. It's a Columbus vise that he had, made in the USA. I can tell he anyway, you guys get the point. I'm done with my ramblings, and let's get on with our video. So what we got the Hyper Tough. I've got the 4-amp battery on it. It's pretty cut and dried. There's not much to it. It's got a little safety lever here. It swings either way. Push it, pull the trigger. Boom. The guard here is solid. The blade attachment is a twist. You just twist it, pop it in, lock it in. Locks in nice. That's all metal. Looks real quality. This thing feels really good in the hand. Feels really tough. I've got the Diablo 6-inch wood carbide teeth bit in. I've got the same one over here in the old trusty big time Makita. And this isn't, if I've got to cut out a window or an opening, I'm going Makita. I mean, it just is. But if I'm in here working on one of my axes or rehandling a tool and I need to take something off, this is great. This is great for little stuff. This is great to pick up and use. And you know what else it's great for? It's great for a guy who can't afford to go out and get that. It's great for a guy who can get started, get some tools. I think this is a solid tool. But I wanna do some cutting with it. Let's see what it does. I don't know, I'm not gonna time it or anything. You guys are right there. You'll see the whole cut. I'm gonna cut 1 inch off of this board. And then it's actually nice because you can get 2 good hands on it. Let's cut an inch off of this, and then we'll cut some off with the big one, and we'll see how it goes. Throw that lever, here we go. Boom. And I can tell you right there, that is not as fast as that Makita is going to be. Nowhere near it. But it's solid and it made the cut. And let's just do the big dog. Here we go. No comparison. Wow. I'm kind of actually surprised at that. I thought this wasn't as slow as it was. But anyway, so there you have the Hyper Tough. I think they're 49 bucks, but I do have the upgraded battery, which are 24 bucks. So it's a good little saw. It's solid. If you just need a little quick, I'm gonna grab this because I don't want to pick this big heavy thing up, and I don't always have a battery sitting on it. These tools, I tend to have them up there on the shelf. They've got a battery on them and they're ready to go. So there you have it, guys. A good little look at the Hyper Tough. Decent little saw, not quick, but it feels very durable, very good in the hand. I think it's a good way to get started. If you need some tools, it's a good way to, these are a great way to get a few tools. You get their their hex driver, you get their drill, you can get this, 150 bucks, and you got 3 good tools you can get working on. So I think that's about it. This is another thing I found in the old boy stuff, and I think this is EDC is a big deal these days. This is an old boy's EDC. Back in the day, look at that. Reversible screwdriver. Turn that sucker around. You got Phillips and flat, and you got your little pocket clip. I don't know, man. Enders. USA. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I've got the oscillating tool I want to review, and I'll show you that. I got a drill. I'm trying to find their little 3-inch cutoff saw. I think that would be real handy for working in the small shop here and just doing quick things. Once again, when like I'm building a garage right now, and if I'm out cutting tons of rebar to make my my inserts for the concrete, I'm not gonna pick that up. I'm gonna pick up my Makita grinder or whatever with a 6-inch wheel on it, and I'm gonna go with that. But for little stuff, little projects, working around out here on my axes and doing different things, I think it works great. All right, thanks. Like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. See you next time.